Alright guys, Sedgwick here back again today, and so much has happened over the last 24 hours. Some of it I'm going to have to leave for tomorrow because we've had so many announcements over the last just a couple of hours, and also long before that as well into last night. We're going to get into all of it today. I'm going to go through a load of content today, and I hope you guys are going to enjoy it as well. Big announcements, as I'm sure you can tell from the title and the thumbnail of this video, have gone down in the very recent past. So like if you guys enjoy, subscribe if you are new as always. Let's hop right into it here. To follow up from yesterday's video, we talked about how hardpoint and capture the flag may not be in the game at launch. It turns out when you go into private matches, you do indeed see that hardpoint does exist in private matches. Now maybe that's you can't quite see that on the screen, but you can see it right here. Hardpoint does exist in private matches, which really raises more questions than it answers in terms of, okay, yes, hardpoint is in the game. Is it going to be a competitive mode? I guess why it's in custom games is that it is going to be a competitive only mode, possibly, but at the same time, why is it not in public matches? Maybe they don't think that it's ready with the spawns, or whether they haven't got everything sorted out exactly how they would like to put it in public matches. Or is there another reason behind their decision to leave it out of casual play? Because if you don't have hardpoint in casual matches, like what happened to the whole competitive casual, combination, right? To bridge the divide, right? That seems to have completely gone out the window. And as I say here in this tweet, I'm kind of worried about what the developers' opinions are of competitive play going into the season are, if they don't even value hardpoint enough to put it into the main mode. And maybe that, maybe that says to me that they haven't really done much work on the spawns or on anything, if they're not willing, or at least, they're not confident enough that it's a good mode to put it into the casual setting. So yeah, something to keep in mind going forwards, but I thought I'd bring it to your guys' attention. We also had this as well. So this came out over the last 24 hours or so. Meet the teams. This was, as soon as I saw this, I was pretty sure it was fake. The ones that are confirmed since then, CDL Intel has come out and said, yeah, the results are in, this is indeed fake, but the Toronto Ultra is definitely going to look something like this. Seattle Surge rumored, and these, of course, the logos were the big deal of this. Los Angeles Guerrillas, the Royal Ravens, the top ones, the Dallas Empire is the only one. The reason why I was pretty sure this was fake is that this Florida Mutineers logo, someone came up with this, like a design that I saw on Reddit, and then someone had colorized it in this exact way, and it was talked about on Twitter being fake. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, there's no way this is legit, but thought I'd run it past you guys if you had seen this floating about. This is fake, and the Los Angeles OpTic logo, which is behind here that you can't kind of see, that's not going to be the case, as we'll see by the video I will play for you guys towards the end of the video. Quick thing on Fighter and the Australian scene. Of course, Shox and Luca are going over to Paris. Now, Fighter says with Swifty, Setsi, and Crimza and Prez, they're going to be teaming for the Path to Pro stuff in the upcoming season, so I thought I'd bring that past you guys as well. Pharaoh says, myself and Blast need 3 for Path to Pro this year. Very interesting this, because Blast, we talked about just yesterday, signed onto a team, at least by his own admission. He says he's on the substitute bench. Now, I'm pretty sure Path to Pro has different meanings, because I'm guessing Path to Pro just incorporates the entire system of the challengers and the amateur, the open side. So, look, Blast and Pharaoh obviously want to play in this challengers division, and he's calling that here Path to Pro, and I'm pretty sure that is possible for Blast and Pharaoh. Even if you're on the bench, you can still play in the Path to Pro format, to the best of my understanding. So this doesn't necessarily mean that Blast isn't on a team. He probably is, but he can play in the challenger side because he's not a starting lineup. He's not on the starting lineup, similar to how it was in the previous season as well. Another connection here to Battle Beaver. Pharaoh says now partner with Battle Beaver. Another indication, as Alex points out to me here on Twitter, that the league is not going to be partnered with Scuff. In the past, partner with Scuff, the league has been. Therefore, players can't openly announce partnerships with Battle Beaver, even if they do end up using their controllers. Atlanta Call of Duty, a new era rises, and as Vocal says, Seattle replies with the tide rises. Now, yeah, we've been talking about the Seattle Surge potentially being their branding, and yeah, the Atlanta branding coming very soon. When they talk about a new era, that definitely points towards this cracked out team. They've got Simp, Abizi, Priester, Major Maniac, and Celium is the rumoured squad right now, with Crowder as coach and all of that goodness that goes along with that. Turn Up Too Easy, very prominent Search and Destroy star, says it's official. He may have signed somewhere as a S&D substitute or something along those lines. Then Minnesota points out to me that Chino says the same thing. He probably signed somewhere, could be as a substitute, could be as kind of a coach or analyst type of role. Who really knows? We'll find out very shortly indeed. I'm running through a lot of stuff here. Finally got to some announcements. Let's go through this video then. Call of Duty Minnesota, finalized roster. Play the clip.
Yo guys, Asim here, and I'm excited to finally announce for the 2019-2020 season, I'll be representing team...
Hey! Get in! Let's go.
Hey Ashley, is this gonna be my announcement video?
We're gonna do some dope supermodel shit.
Let's get it.
So, Asim confirmed as the final player onto this Minnesota squad. So you've got Silly, Assault, GodRx, Alex and Asim. Now, Asim was rumoured a long time ago. Then there were some things that were talked about. Maybe it wasn't going to be Asim. I think it's an interesting pickup. I will, of course, in an ideal world, go on to do a roster rating of all of these teams at some point. So I don't want to go too in-depth here. But it's an interesting pickup. We don't have a clear leadership figure on the team, but I guess Silly is such a veteran player that he thinks he can take on that responsibility now as well. All the other guys are pretty young guys, apart from Assault maybe has a few more years on him, but he still hasn't been around that long. Assault's only really been around since Advanced Warfare times, and all the other guys are more recent than that. In some cases, very, very recent indeed. So Silly is really the key guy to keep your eyes on. He's been playing all the way back since like Call of Duty 4, so I guess he's looking to be the leadership type figure on this team. Asim is a very interesting pickup to me because he was a good player in the Black Ops 4 season, there's no denying that. A lot of people sung his praises, how good he was at making space and these other factors, right? In my opinion, he made quite a lot of mistakes, right? And maybe this team isn't the best at being those kind of individuals that can help correct those mistakes. I felt like a lot of the time he over-challenged, he played too fast, and to the detriment of his team, even though he was a very skilled individual player, and yeah, definitely had some standout moments. Very interesting pickup, him alongside Alex, kind of on your SMGs. It's going to be very interesting to see how this develops. I don't see the Minnesota team being a team in the top half of the table, but we'll just have to see going forwards. And just to follow on from this, so you can see the video up here that was playing, of course. Fridge Chris replies, "This was cool, but a finalized roster has 7 people on it at minimum." And Minnesota says you'll be happy by the end of the day. So maybe by the time this video has gone live, the rest of these guys have already been announced. There's loads of announcements coming tonight. The Toronto announcement is meant to be happening as well. The OpTic announcement has just happened, so I thought I'd jump on it and crack right on with it. Also wanted to mention, yesterday had so much drama related to the OpTic team. Old teammates, rivalries stirring, Crimsix calling his old teammates like he was parenting babies or something. I forget exactly what the quote was. Gonna go through that tomorrow. Too much to cover today, but I'm sure you guys are looking forward to that one a lot. Shane says as well, and I take his word for it, that in this most recent episode of the building Call of Duty Midnight, I think I've said Midnight a lot, Minnesota, Jesus Christ, I always get this wrong because I see Midnight in the background, and MN stood for like Midnight, the team last season. Apologies if I already got it wrong in this video. He reckons at 31 minutes and 45 seconds of the newest video, they announced the branding will be announced on Tuesday the 29th. Meant to be the Minnesota Rocker, I believe, which has, I'm not sure how you're going to pronounce it, but it's got relations to like Norse mythology, so pretty cool on that one. Let's go on to this then. Introducing OpTic Gaming 2020. Now, the music in the background means that I cannot play you guys the entire video, but I will overlay the video onto the screen right now, beginning like in 3, 2, 1, crack on with it. So yeah, the video is playing in the background now, and this is a crazy video. Like, honestly, the production quality in this video is insane in relation to the kind of things we've seen in the past. Like, it's really, really well done. And alongside this, Adam Fitch goes on to say just afterwards that they have, at least maybe it's not confirmed as of writing, but he knows it's confirmed behind the scenes, that the name this season is going to be OpTic Gaming Los Angeles. Is going to be the name of the team. We've heard all these names like, let's look at a confirmed one. London Royal Ravens or New York Subliners or whatever it might be. City, then team name. OpTic Gaming seems to have managed, and Immortals, to do it differently. OpTic Gaming Los Angeles is supposedly going to be the name for the upcoming season for 2020. Bit of a mouthful. I don't really think anyone's going to call it LA. People are going to be calling it OpTic Gaming, no doubt about that. And as I say, the reason why they've been able to do this is because OpTic have left all other esports, and maybe right now they still have a CS team, but that's definitely on its way out the door, and they will certainly be only in Call of Duty. I'm pretty damn sure that's how it works going forwards, or the system would not work to their favour. Let's have a look then at this team. Yes, this has been rumoured for a long time. This is a deadly team. One thing that was interesting to note really in this video was that Dashi didn't look overly happy and pleased, right? We've heard behind the scenes how he wanted to leave this team after signing his contract to join that Chicago squad alongside Scump and Formal, but it didn't work out for him. OpTic Gaming and Immortals are like, why would we get rid of you? Now, I may play that video on repeat in the background because it's a pretty damn good one, and Jesus Christ, what a phenomenal team this is on paper. Just take a step back a second and just have a look at these guys, because, it's OpTic Gaming. I'm sure a lot of you guys who are former OpTic fans now at NRG, gone with Hector, gone with Scump and Formal onto this Chicago team that's not yet announced, but announced in probably the next week or something like that. I'm sure you guys are not particularly happy with the way OpTic Gaming have, and Immortals have hijacked the brand. They haven't given any tribute to the legendary players that are on their team. They haven't really done anything that implies they have any remorse or whatever you're expecting from them. It's not really been handled the best way possible, I think, by Immortals, and they're still trying to push this brand that a lot of people aren't very happy with. But at the same time, you look at this team and, oh my god, TJ and Dashi are still here from that OpTic team last season, who are honestly fantastic players over the course of it, joined by Kenny and Slasher. Like, Kenny in World War II was the best player in the game. Slasher is probably the best assault rifle over the last 3 years. I don't think there's any, maybe Octane you could chuck up there, but Slasher, if I had to build a team from the ground up, if I had to choose one player to start my roster, it would be Slasher. A guy that brings incredible slaying, but also great leadership potential, championship caliber player, knows how to win. He's a guy you want on your team. Him alongside Kenny from this 100 Thieves squad, joined, of course, by Dashi and TJ, like, just insane. Those are the core four, ridiculous. The fifth player is, of course, maybe where the questions are asked. I don't want to go into this in too much detail because I will probably do a roster rating on this team as well in the coming days, but look at it, you've got Jacob as your fifth player. So much leadership here, of course. Him and Slasher have won a world championship together back in the Black Ops 3 days. And also Jacob was a pretty damn solid player on the last boots on the ground game as well. So a lot of things to consider with this team. Just take a step back for a second and say that what if you had minus Jacob plus Octane? Like, can you imagine a team with Octane, Slasher, Kenny from that 100 Thieves team with Dashi and TJ from OpTic? Like, wow, that would be insane. At the same time, though, maybe the egos and the individuals on the team may be hard to control. I think Jacob could be a fantastic player to keep a leash on Dashi and TJ, just like what Crimsix was talking about he had so much difficulty with in yesterday's video. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today to do with OpTic Gaming, and Adam Fitch comes out after saying it's official. OpTic Gaming Los Angeles is going to be the name. Tomorrow, a lot more to discuss. Going to go into the ex-OpTic Gaming drama and probably many more announcements. Also, crucially, Modern Warfare goes live in just a few hours from when this video is live. As far as I'm concerned, it goes live in about 5 hours from now, and I'm sure you guys may be similar, or maybe it's already gone live and is ready to go. If you have a physical copy, it's already ready to play and the servers are live. So yeah, Modern Warfare is out. Another year of Call of Duty goes past, but the news and the rumours and the drama drives on as usual. Thanks for watching as always. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new as always. I'll see you next time.